What do you learn from this one?
Or not even in sales, in service.
No, I know. I remember this time it was crazy.
And like Mike, they're requesting the keys. I said, we need to get the money orders step by step. I would like them to learn until they're confident.
Nice, good job. Mike, hi, how's your day?
Very good. Hi, Nick.
Good. What did you do today?
Oh, I had a closing. I was representing the sellers. It was the property on Hollywood, waterfront property, so they decided to sell. And we're about to get a check very, very soon.
Awesome. Very good news. We love closings. So Mike started with their realty more than 2 years ago. When was it exactly?
It was 2020.
Pandemic?
It was during the pandemic. So I think I was lucky that time because lots of people were moving from Canada, from New Jersey, from New York. And the Florida, it was the only state that masks were not 100% always needs to be on a face.
Yeah, you're right. No, I know. I remember this time it was crazy. So pandemic, our state was like the most, I think, normal in terms of wearing masks in public, and even governor said that Ron DeSantis that the businesses not necessarily have to make people wear masks. So it was very, very lenient towards the business, towards the local population. And how did you find us?
I was looking for the brokerage nearby. So I'm a Aventura man. I love Aventura.
Aventura man.
From here.
Ice Ventura.
Ice Ventura. I love Aventura because this is the place when I want to be. This is the place where I want my kids to grow. So, I have a very good friend of mine. He is an immigration attorney. So he was in the same office building.
Same floor.
Same floor. And we are all friends right now, so the perfect location, surrounded with best people, best friends. So I think it's just a destiny. So it was supposed to be like that.
There was a sign. I met Mike. He said, I just got my license. So I welcomed him to the team, and this was 2020. I was like, time flies. It's already been like more than 4 years then. So Mike started, did you have any experience in real estate?
I was always dreaming to be a real estate agent, actually. I had some experience in New York in commercial acquisitions. I had an experience in New York. I used to work as an attorney assistant. I was fond of those books by Robert Kiyosaki, about Poor and Rich Dad. So it was the first book when I was a little young, around 13 or 12 years old. So I read this book. So I thought that if one day I'm gonna move to Miami, I will definitely do the real estate business. So it was my goal of my life. Yeah.
Nice. And it still is your goal.
It's still my goal. It's still my goal. Yeah.
So so now you're the broker.
Now I'm a broker. So
tell us, how was this, like the path from agent with some experience in New York all the way to the broker?
Okay, guys, back to pandemic. I was actually lucky because the Florida was one state that we had some restaurants, bar still open during the pandemic. I have a lot of friends in New York and Canada, and they couldn't believe that we are talking on a video call without a mask. They were so surprised. So people start moving from other states to Florida. That's how I started the business. So it was a lot of
people
rentals.
Moving in
Yeah,
flux.
it was a lot of rental requests. And I was working, I cannot tell you 24/7, but it was almost 24/7. So start with the rentals. And then I was thinking that one day I'm gonna sell the property, but it was like something super big because I didn't know how to do the documents, everything. I was scared to do the document, to put the signatures, or to send the document for the signatures. So started from rentals, and that's how I get into sales. Now I'm a real estate broker. I'm most likely doing sales only. That's what I concentrate on. But if I have a request from my previous clients or the friends of my clients, of course I'm gonna help. And it doesn't matter, they're looking for the property for $2,000 per month or $10,000 per month. The only thing is help.
That's the attitude, and that's how you always look at your clients. It was same with me. I didn't think about like, oh, I'm only going to do sales. I did rentals, short-term rentals, which was like you don't make anything. You make like $50 back then, and it was like was nothing. But then you can convert it to sales eventually. Do you remember your first contract?
I remember my first contract actually. It was two girls from Russia, from Moscow. I don't remember their names, but they would like to rent something in Wynwood, so downtown Miami. And it was a disaster. I remember that they were supposed to put money on escrow like a security deposit, so I forgot to do that. And the listing agent told me, okay, we have to have the deposit, we have to have a checks in order to get the keys. And they're like, right from the airport, they're already standing in the lobby from the morning. And like, Mike, they're requesting the keys. I said, we need to get the money orders. We need to buy the money orders. And it was one day, but I didn't know that we have to get the approval letter from the community. And it takes like 3 to 4 weeks to get the approval.
I think I remember this one.
And I was like, okay, so this is my day. I start writing the email to the community manager, please give me a chance. This is my first deal, so I bought a bottle of champagne. It's like our style to do the business, so I bought some candies. I went to the management and said, this is for you guys, just give me a chance. This is two ladies, they're businessmen, they're here for the big project. I cannot let them be in a hotel for these days. So please. And there's like, Mike, do you know that the approval process takes like 3 weeks to 1 month? I said like, please. And it was the record. It was first transaction, rental transaction, and the approval. In few hours, I got the approval letter. And I remember I got these girls from downtown Miami. I called Nick. I said, Nick, I need
check.
a
We need a check.
I need a check
remember
from
that.
the escrow because they deposited the check from the escrow. Like, Nick, he said, Mike, so if you come to the Fort Lauderdale, I can meet you there. So I can give you this check from our escrow. We've been holding. And I was like flying. Two girls in my car. I was flying from downtown Miami to get this check. And back there to Brickell, it was insane.
I still remember this day. Yeah, this was a challenge. Yeah, I remember these ladies who came. So, what do you learn from this one? Nothing is impossible. And I remember when you told me about that, when I was getting the approvals, I always will take a bottle or candies and like, you need to show that, you need it quicker if you need it, and then you can get it. But the approach to people, because it's people business. It's not like they don't have to do it right away. They don't have to. They have a procedure. It can take 3-4 weeks. But if you approach person in different way, you do something extra, they will most likely help you.
Exactly, because the only thing what you have to do is just to ask. Just don't be afraid to be rejected. Ask. We're all human beings. And you just ask him, please, just give me a chance. That's it. Nothing's going to happen if you ask. And most likely all people help each other. It's a very few amount of people that reject, but most likely everyone is helping.
Yep. So let's now talk about you became a managing broker recently. So what challenges do you have, or do you see, or maybe you don't see any challenges, and how have been like in this position? How it's been for last like 2 weeks, like a month?
Yeah, so what I'm thinking that I would like to bring something new to our agents. I would like to give some experience that I had during the last 2 years, because you can close one big transaction and earn your commission, like let's say $100,000 if you sell something for like millions of dollars. But the biggest experience you get from the amount of closed transactions. So I closed nearly 60, probably 65 transactions in the last 2 years, but just imagine how many rejections did I have. So the thing is that you have to understand the psychology of the realtors, because you're dealing with the listing agents. So that's approach, this approach in our South Florida is different to everyone, because we have a
Different cultures.
we have mix, we have culture mix.
It's a melting pot.
A lot of agents from Brazil, and they have like a union. Argentina, Mexico. We have very few Americans. We have Ukrainians, Russians. We have like
Kazakhstan now.
Yeah, all different cultures, and the way they negotiate, the way they talk to each other, the way that you have to ask for the showing is
Every time is different.
Every time is different.
So 65 transactions like in Florida equals to like, I don't know, 1,000 transactions in Colorado, for example.
and what I want to bring to this brokerage, I would like to give my experience. I would like to give my experience to all our agents. It could be the ideas how to negotiate the deals. Again, psychology of negotiation, the follow-up ideas with your clients. Let's say targeting, like unique approach to your social media, Instagram account, fanatical prospecting, something like that. The books that I read, the projects, the webinars that I visited. So I have everything here, and I'm ready to share. Step by step, I will give some tools that help me to close my deals.
That's awesome. Sharing is caring. So
I'm not a greedy
Mike
person.
will be sharing the experiences.
Exactly.
So what was your favorite book or like webinar which you attended, which gave you a lot of, ideas and, new approach to the transactions? What do you recommend? Even me, I haven't read like business books for a long time.
The biggest book for me is the author is Agustin Mandino, and that's the greatest salesman in the world. This is about the Babylon, ancient Babylon. I fall in love in that book. It's not a big book, it's probably like 100 pages. But after that, I fall in love with that author, and I found all his books and I read all of them. I finished, it's a University of Success, the biggest, and the very last book of Agustin Mandino. It's probably like 500 pages, but you can find everything. This is about the approach for any business, any kind of business, in sales, or not even in sales, in service. So your approach to people, it's all about that. It's super good. I recommend Agustin Mandino.
We'll share a link below, so check it
Mandino.
out.
Og Mandino. Just try to find it. It's not so hard to find.
So Mike, in the new role of managing broker, for the new agents, what we're gonna offer from your standpoint? What different approach, and as you said, you will be sharing your experience. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, what we decided to do, we gonna have a personal assistant to our new agents. Because of course you can find so many educational programs and books, but anyway, I was in that position when you are creating your first offer, the document, it's called the contract to lease. You do the lease agreement, you do the offer for the purchase. So that's everything that needs to be done perfectly with no mistakes. That's your level. For the very beginning, when the new agent gonna have first transaction, doesn't matter is it sale or rental, so I will do the personal assistant step by step. I would like them to learn until they're confident to do it by themselves.
That's amazing, because when I just started, I remember I had every agent, when you're just starting, you have an issue. You don't know how to fill out the contract, you can make a mistake, and you need somebody to ask how to do that right. Mike will help all our agents when you begin the career, and even if you have a question about the contract already during, when you close few transactions, we are here to help. Also, we have a brand new office in Hollywood. It's an amazing building with cool common areas. We'll have a grand opening very soon here. If you're watching it in May of 2024, we will be already there full time. It's on Young Circle, walkable distance to restaurants. You can take your clients out there, and we will have 2 conference rooms, open space, and it's an amazing building with fresh, new atmosphere. So if you're an agent, you just got a license, or you're an experienced agent, come join our team. Vera Realty, Mike, managing broker, Nick, I'm also managing broker, but I'm not managing the daily operations. I'm more in the commercial space. If you're commercial real estate broker, come join us too, because we have special things which we can teach you.